when it comes to cold outreach, how many emails and phone calls would you say that you're getting on a daily basis that are, strictly cold outreach, trying to sell you something, trying to set up a meeting along those types of lines?
I would say probably 30 to, yeah, 30 plus. Yeah.
Per day?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what type of services are they usually selling?
Anything HR software, because we're a trucking company, anything trucking. But it's like I said, HR software, some other type of, niche add-on to already, programmed HR software, training, development, employee engagement, COVID supplies. It's just, I'm like, oh my gosh, delete. It's unfortunately, yeah.
So let me ask you this then. Is there, when it comes to cold outreach, it sounds like you're getting a lot of different things, right? But
Yeah.
is there anything that that sticks out to you, like when somebody sends you an email or gives you a call?
Yeah.
Or have you fielded those and said, hey, actually that does sound great.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn more.
Yeah. So the ones that probably capture my attention, if it's a particular topic, and then there's like a free webinar training, like a training, not about their software, but it's a topic about how to retain employees, how to handle pay during this, time of, recession and things like that. So it's whatever could be lessons learned that could be applied. Those are the ones that that capture more my attention.
Sure. So anything that's a little bit more educational, that's just like a one-off, hey, this is completely free. I don't want anything from you. I just want to provide some information.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And, so yeah, that captures my attention way more than just, I would say, because I'm taking something away from it, as opposed to just spending time on the phone listening to something that's not even necessary. It's not software, we're not, if we're not going to the market for software, I don't need to know how ADP compares to Paycor, or how, UKG compares to Paylocity or whatever, it's like, it's not applicable to me at that time.
Right. Yeah, I think that's been a really constant. You're kind of you're along the same lines as everybody else. Is just like, I mean, there's a time and place for everything, so you never really know, right? Like it went from an AE perspective, it's always like, well, I mean, we're kind of hoping that somebody is hoping for our software, but we never totally know. So it has to be, timing is what sounds like that's the most important part, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yep. Agree.
Within the last like 6 to 12 months, how many times would you say you entertained a conversation or took a meeting or, anything from cold outreach where you're like, yeah, I'll sit down and listen to that because maybe it was applicable at the time for you?
I probably, like, let's say we're looking at wellness or something. So if I'm getting emails from wellness vendors or suppliers, it's important to me at that moment of time. So therefore I will engage, to learn more about their product and what they have to offer. And then I might even then invite like some of my HR direct report team members to, review, and then we can do a comparison. So I would say in numbers, I don't know, in the last 6 months, maybe, I don't know, 8 to 10.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a decent amount. Yeah. That's much more than most people. So yeah, that's awesome.
It doesn't seem like a lot based on the volume I'm getting, but yeah, it's about as much time as I have to get.
That's very true. What would you say is kind of the biggest thorn in your heel about cold outreach? Like, what annoys you? Like, is there any type of
to call? Like, the same person, they'll send an email and then they'll call and they'll continue to call, and I can see where the caller is coming from, and I'm like, decline, like go to voicemail. It's just like, if I had an interest, I would call you back or I would
Right.
email you back, just don't continue to, it's harass is too strong of a word, but it's almost like
Sure.
harassment.
So is there like so say, let's just run like an example here. So I call you, it's not a good time, and I give you one more call and maybe another email. Is that too much? Or is it when it gets to like 5, 6, 7, you know?
Yeah, no, but it's like if someone sent an email and left multiple voicemails and I'm not responding, I'm not interested.
Right.
And like I hate to have to say, like, please remove me from your email list. And I've had to do that a few times. Normally I just delete, but when it continues, I'm just like, sorry, not interested. Please remove me from your, because I don't need to keep getting something that's not even really applicable or of interest to me. So,
Right. And if someone the last person that we interviewed, she was with Next Gen Technologies or something, like they're like a data or tech company. And she was like, cold outreach is a lot like dating in a sense, where it's very much like, hey, have some self-realization here that
yes,
I'm not interested.
exactly. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yeah,
yeah.
right.
It's that, I thought that was a funny comparison.
Yeah.
Um,
And I would say what's worked is, I mean, someone that was, and it wasn't that I wasn't interested, I just was too busy at the time. And they sent me a little like token gift or something it was really cute, a catchy line. And then I opened it and I was like, oh, that was kind of cute. All right. So when next time Jenna calls, I will answer her call or something, but it was like it wasn't just the concept, but it was kind of like, hey, I know you're busy. So take, here's this or whatever. I'm like, and it was like just kind of outside the box thinking. I was like, all right, I like that. That was a
sure.
good touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I didn't ask you this at the beginning, but how long have you been in the industry, Anne?
Oh, in the transportation, like transportation industry per
Uh,
se,
yeah,
or
HR. Yeah, HR.
30 plus years. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, so you've seen everything then when
Oh
it
yeah.
comes to, is there in the 30 plus years, is there any cold outreach that you've received that's been like, that was really unique? Maybe I was interested, maybe you weren't interested, but that was very unique, and actually, a lot of people could learn from that type of outreach.
So, like I think one person was like, hey, let me treat you to like Starbucks or something, but it was like you and your team. So it wasn't just me, but I could
Mm,
share it with others. So it was, all right, we're going to listen to this demo or something, but they sent a, Starbucks gift card or something. And I was like, all right, you guys, I'm going to pick up your favorite drink. What's your drink? So then they were kind of like, oh, this was kind of nice. It wasn't just for me, but it was for like the team too. And so it was like we could enjoy it together was kind of you know,
yeah,
and then like I said, and then the gift that someone had sent was, not anything spectacular, but it was just a cute, catchy thing. And it wasn't just like their company name on a mug or anything like that. It was, something like it was herb garden. It's like spring is sprung or something like that. And, it's time to whatever. And it was like packets of herbs and little planters or something, I was like, oh, that was kind of cute,
yeah,
it wasn't like, here it's, a mug that has like my company's name on it or pens. I'm like, I don't need any
sure.
of these or whatever, but yeah,
Right. Yeah, you're inundated with plenty of that, I'm sure.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, plenty of free merch all the time. Yeah, it's interesting when it comes to being unique. A lot of the times people think it's like, I've got to brand it with what mine is, but if you keep it kind of your company focused rather than our company focused, it's very much, it seems to perform better. Even if it doesn't
Yeah,
end up in a sale, you're still
yeah,
memorable, you're still, so that's great. Let's kind of transition over to LinkedIn. Now, I'm
okay,
sure you're getting tons of direct messages via LinkedIn,
yeah.
just like every VP does. What are your overall thoughts about using LinkedIn as a tool to perform cold outreach? Would you rather have it that way? Would you rather have it, phone, email, maybe a mix of all of it? but in general, what would you say is, kind of your overall thoughts of LinkedIn outreach?
So I have my company email tied into LinkedIn. So, when someone sends me a LinkedIn email, it comes into my kind of email box. So I just really, it's to me, just, I read it like anything else and I delete it, but it doesn't delete it from LinkedIn per se. It's still there in the messages, but it's deleted out of my inbox, in my company work email inbox. If it's something that's interested, I will reply, but to me, it's just another avenue for cold callers or, marketers to try to capture one's attention. I'm
Yeah.
not in favor, more in favor of it one way or the other. It's just to me another avenue.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So there's no strong feelings really toward either end.
No, I get so many like friend requests or whatever, like, or that's probably Facebook, but like, hey, like link in with me or something like that, And I know that as soon as I say yes, 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 I'm going to be inundated with people going, so nice to connect or whatever, our company, blah, blah, blah. I was like, here we go,
Yeah.
so that's, yeah.
Do you think that there would be a way to counter that? Would there be a way to connect in a way that's maybe a little bit not so, forward, and then on the back end of that be able to, maybe would there be a way to build a relationship within a sales cycle, right? Because like, I mean, when you're in a sales cycle, it's very like speed is obviously important.
Yeah.
So you can't necessarily like put it off too long. But if you want to make a meaningful connection and then have a meaningful client that'll be a, repeat client or whatever the case may be, is there a way to do that through LinkedIn in your opinion? It's kind of a loaded question. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the inquiries that come through LinkedIn are just so diverse, it's not all the same type, It could be people that are like reaching out saying, hey, I have a chief HR officer opportunity and I'm doing a search, I came across your profile. So it's not really cold calling. I guess in a way it's reaching out and saying to my network going, hey, I got this opportunity. We think your profile is a good match or something. But others like, hey, it to me, it's almost just too pushy. I would say it's, hey, I want to connect with you, and here's why I want to connect. So then you say approve or accept, and then it's like, oh, now that you've accepted my request, now let me tell you why I really wanted to connect with you.
Right. Yeah. Oftentimes it seems ingenuine.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
know it's a means for them to find people and, do their outreach. I get it. I truly do. But to me, it's just like, okay, I knew there was a purpose of why you wanted to connect. And, so I know what's coming after I accept all of the requests.
Right. Right. When it comes to when somebody reaches out to you with like statistics, right, of like this is what our product does and 75% of our clients, when somebody throws statistics at you as a way to intrigue you into a conversation or anything, would you say that you believe those statistics, or would you say you're more apt to be like, it's a little self-serving, it's not necessarily totally, who knows if that's true, right? How likely would you say you are to believe what they're telling you?
Um, I probably am fairly trusting, that if they're sending me data, it should be facts. And data is important to me, but I think so data is important to me. But secondarily, I think people need to understand what is the means of like learning. I am a visual person. If someone would show me something instead of just reading along, 4 paragraphs about what they have to offer, blah, blah, blah. If someone would say, here's a little demo, like click on this little video and it takes me through something, and I don't have a lot of time, get me to the point, show me what it is you want me to see and know, throw the
Mhm.
facts in that. You might put the facts in the, hey, ABC Corporation offers, companies like yourself, but we've helped this many reduce costs by this much or something by da da da. Take a look at the demo to hear more about ABC. And then you
Right.
watch it, it's a 2 or 3 minute video, and you're like, huh, okay, yeah, I'd be interested in hearing more, or
Yeah.
I'm not interested at all.
Yeah. So just a 10,000-foot view of it,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
That can, okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Last question, and then I'll get you out of here.
Right.
Over, the last however many years you've been in the business, is there any form of, and marketing has certainly changed, right? I mean, just even it changes every year, it feels like, right?
Yeah.
But is there any type of marketing for a specific product or service that you might be interested in, that really resonates with you, and that really is like, hey, that's actually pretty interesting, whether it be ads or videos or infographics, just to kind of get your mind thinking on some different things. But is there any type of marketing that really resonates with you that you like to see?
Yeah, no, you said infographic, and to me, that shows me data. It's a visual, right? So as opposed to just reading a bunch of text, just show me the data and let me
Mhm.
kind of go like, because I like to analyze data. So as opposed to reading long, email messages or something, hit me with a snazzy subject line. I even tell my team when we're sending something out to employees, catch them at the subject line. If it's just like
Mhm.
another announcement from HR, boring, we got to make it to catch their attention. But I think, like you said, an infographic, something that's visual and, hopefully relatable. And like I said, if it's a brief demo or video or something like that, I think that would be a lot better than just someone just sending long messages. And even if they were like, hey, and we'll offer you this or something like that, I don't have time to just, spend to get a gift card or whatever. Like, make it applicable to what my
Mhm.
needs are, because I like you or anyone else that's reached out, I want to be able to provide value back, to you,
Right.
in return for, the favor, what you've offered, to me as well. So just being mutually respectful of each other's times.